Hello, everyone. We'll be real brief. Today, I want to speak to you to kind of facilitate a conversation really quickly from our Rochester Police Department leadership about, our plans over the Memorial Day weekend. And I also want us to follow up on provide an update on the shooting that took place on May 25th. And that was in the area of 270 Merrimack Street, where a woman was struck while attending a church service. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Captain or Investigative Captain Zanilovic, sorry, we call him Captain Z, so I got to get used to that, to provide an update on the church shooting, and then I'll also ask Captain Mira to talk about what's going to take place on our weekend plans. Captain Z.
Thanks, Chief. Good afternoon. Relative to the shooting at the church on Merrimack Street, so far investigatively we've determined we're pretty reasonably comfortable that the church was not nobody at the church were the intended targets. What we've shown through some video review is that there's two vehicles operating in tandem, driving through the Portland Avenue area, and one of the vehicles, a suspect, fires shots back towards, we believe, a group of people, and in the process of doing that, he strikes 4 vehicles, and some of the shots go into the church. The church was occupied by upwards of 40 people. The 47-year-old female victim was in an office at the time, struck in the arm. But again, we vetted all of the people at the church, and we're very confident that it was not, the church was not the intended targets in this. So our investigation continues. We're still reviewing some additional video and trying to talk to a couple people, especially with one particular vehicle that's come to interest. So that's where we're at investigatively. Chief?
Okay, with that, we're going to talk about the Memorial Day plan, but I just want to say this before we do that. I think, as we've been investigating crimes, shootings, murders, things of that nature here, the police officers, from what I've seen, have been doing a fantastic job. The leadership is doing a fantastic job. Lots of investigators out there. The officers have been combing the areas. The officers have been making contact with violent offenders. And I just wanted to make sure that it was clear that we provide that update as we move forward. With that being said, I'm going to ask Captain Mira to kind of come up and have a conversation about what's going to take place over the Memorial Day holiday, so you have an idea of what we're going to do. Captain Mira?
Thanks, Chief. All right, so as far as Memorial Day weekend is concerned, historically, as you all know, we've had difficulties dealing with large crowds and groups of youths and other folks fighting at Charlotte Beach up at Ontario Beach Park. So over the last few years, actually it's been quite a few years, we've put together, operational plans to address such, and in essence what we've done is increase our patrols. So we're going to have more foot patrols, and you've seen this in the past. We've done it year after year consistently. And for the most part, we've been able to mitigate most of the issues that we've had. So I just want to reassure the public that I realize that the weather this particular weekend isn't great for Ontario Beach Park, but ultimately, even taking the weather out of the picture, we've increased our presence this year. We've planned for that ahead of time. Aside from extra patrols from RPD, we're going to have extra bike patrols, foot patrols. We'll have our ATVs down there. We'll have the mounted unit down there. We have an access or an abundance of officers to be down there just to ensure everybody's safety down at the lake. Aside from that, we have the Monroe County Sheriff's Department is going to be assisting us as they usually do. We also have the state police helping out with traffic. We'll have our traffic units down there. I know that the county also has their marine unit down there. So aside from all that, I just want to assure the public that we have a plan in place, as usual, for Memorial Day weekend to ensure everybody's safety. We want everybody to enjoy themselves, enjoy our park, and go home safe at the end of the day. Having set that aside, I'll say this. If you're out and you're drinking and having fun, don't drink and drive. We will have our traffic unit out. Do not drink and drive. Call an Uber, call a friend, or make arrangements ahead of time just to make sure that you're safe. And if, again, you've heard me say this many times, if you see something, say something. If something doesn't look right, or you feel like something's not going the way it should, or there could be problems, let us know. The only other thing I'll mention about our plan for the beach is that if you happen to come down and for some reason you can't gain access to the parking lot, it could very simply be that the parking lot's full and we had to shut down traffic or access to the lake for everybody's safety. That generally doesn't happen, but in the event that it does, that's our plan if it becomes too crowded or there are any issues that we have to deal with. So just be aware of that, but hopefully everybody has a great weekend and a great Memorial Day and we don't have any issues. Did anybody want to have any questions for EDC Anderson regarding the two topics that we just discussed?
Getting to the plans for the weekend, it would certainly like to hear from you. Steve?
Regarding the Memorial Day plans, is there any question in particular?
And any heightened awareness, given what we've seen over the past few weeks or months, really, so far this year, Steve?
The heightened awareness regarding at the lake?
Or throughout town, as we've seen a number of incidents breaking a number of records.
So we do have, excuse me, we do have an anti-violence plan that we've implemented recently, and we're fully aware of the violence that's taken place. As you all know, we've discussed this many times, that violence is on an uptick all the way across the country, and we're doing everything we can to mitigate that and minimize it. So we do have a plan in place. We have extra patrols out there. We have a lot of officers. They're out going out every single day doing a great job. We're still getting guns off the streets. We're still taking care of what we need to take care of, and we're doing everything that we can as a department to keep people safe, in particular down at Memorial Beach Park this particular weekend. I think
special urgency to that, the normal, ordinary weekend, Memorial Day weekend efforts, given what we've seen for the past few months.
you know, anytime there's violence in the community, there's an urgency to it, and we take it very seriously as a police department. That's our main goal, is to protect people's lives and safety within this city. So anytime there's violence, we take that very seriously, and we do everything we can to prevent that. And when violence occurs, we do every single thing that we can to make sure we bring those that are responsible for it to justice and make them accountable. So I believe we're good.
So what just to, go ahead, Charles.
What are people going to notice?
They're going to notice extra patrols. You'll see police officers out and about. More so than you've seen recently. You'll see more patrols.
So to sum it up, it's basically, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It's basically the plan that we've seen in previous years is just going to be.
Well, Will, what we do is every time we have an event, whether it's a planned event or an unplanned event, we do an after action and we take a look at it and see what we can do better. So in essence, we looked at what we did last year and we've added to it. We've taken things away that didn't work, and we've added things that we think will work, and we try to make a better plan moving forward. And that's not just with Memorial Day weekend, but it's with any event. So in essence, yes, but it's going to be a better plan than it was last year, hopefully.
You mentioned Charlotte. Any other places that might warrant some special attention?
There's places all throughout the city that we're giving special attention to. You should see more patrols out and about, and you probably have already if you've been out there. So any place where we've had an uptick in violence, we're saturating those areas with police officers when possible. Our guys are working hard, incredibly hard, and we're short-staffed. The guys are tired, but they're doing their jobs. They're going out and they're doing their jobs.
Any places you can name?
No, not off the top of my head. I'd have to sit down and think about it. Take a look at some reports and things like that.
The main message you want the community to hear today?
Yeah, just know that your police department's going out every single day and doing every single thing that they can to keep you safe. That's what they're doing. They're working hard in sometimes very difficult circumstances.
Any concerns about the friction between some members of the community and the police, which is a little more heightened than it was a year ago?
No concerns. We're doing our jobs. Our guys are going out and they're doing their job the way they were trained to do. All right. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, Captain.